Hi, I'm Tim Collins. This is take 25 of trying to do this video to share my ideas and thinking about how you can become a deputy district judge. I guess this is hard for me to do. It is for you to apply for the competition. So what I want to do straight off is just say I think it's going to be one of the toughest, most competitive competitions the JAC has ever run. But also, as in other many very competitive competitions, there will be successful candidates. So what I want to do is just talk through what it is you need to do to give yourself that edge and give yourself that chance to be appointed. Okay, first off, there'll be a qualifying test. And as with all the recent JAC qualifying tests, I expect this to have extreme time pressure. And again, I know that successful candidates, guess what? They answer all the questions. So make sure you time manage yourself brutally when you're doing the qualifying test. Secondly, prepare. There are many great resources out there, and I think Crime Line can be incredibly helpful. So do look at those resources and prepare and think through what they may be looking for. One of the key elements is your application form. And that really is about how you can address and demonstrate the competencies. What I suggest that candidates do is print off a copy of the competencies, turn them into questions, and think of evidence, examples, really stories about how you've demonstrated those competencies, and also how they could differentiate you from your competition. However, filling an application form and working on it takes a considerable amount of time. I think about 16 hours worth of time. So make sure you allow that time and plan that time in, but also do work in bite-sized chunks. What you'll also need to do is select a couple of referees. It's really important that those referees are in a position and able and also willing to comment on how they know that you've demonstrated those competencies. It's not rocket science, but again, think about who else may be approaching those referees and make sure that you're their preferred candidate and you help them to demonstrate that evidence for you. If you make it through to the selection day, what you'll find is that it will fall into two elements: a role play with actors and then an interview with a panel. It's really important that you're honest and you're yourself throughout the selection day, but also that you engage with the panel. At the end of the day, the JAC will make the recommendations based on whether they've gathered evidence that you demonstrate the competencies from your application form, your referees, the role plays, and the interview. But despite the competition, it could be you. Good luck.